Alright, these are the items that I'll be using to make the makeup vanity tray or bathroom vanity tray. This is the one that I'm using. This is actually a silver, the cookie tray, and it's silver on the top, but I am recycling this since I never used it. I spray painted this and put epoxy on it months ago, but I never used it for what I wanted to use it for. So I'm just going to put my Podge over this paint and add my glitter. Then once that is dry, I'll add my epoxy, and I'll show you how the tray originally looks in just a few. So what you'll need is your Mod Podge, your choice of glitter. I got this from Michael's, and I will put in the description box of where I get everything from. So the tray comes from Dollar Tree, and again, it's a silver cookie tray. I have this organizer that I'll be using. You can put lipsticks in it, nail polish, whatever you want to put in it. So I got this from Dollar Tree. I got a glass container from Dollar Tree and another style, Dollar Tree as well. So all 4 of these items can be found at your local Dollar Tree, and I'll be sure to put the link below just in case you want to order online. And then I'll be sealing it with this resin right here, the epoxy that I got from Michael's. And I'll put the link for this in the description box as well. And lastly, I have a mirror that I got from Walmart, and I believe it was $6 or $7 at Walmart. So I'll be using that, and I'm going to add glitter to all of these items to add to my bathroom just to spice it up a bit. So starting off, I'm going to take my Mod Podge and add it to the tray, and I found it easier to just put some on there. Whatever I don't use, once I spread it all out, I'll put it back into the jar. So you're going to spread your Mod Podge all over the tray, and the purple won't show through this. You don't have to spray paint it first or anything like that. Just gonna cover it in glitter, and again, the tray comes silver anyway, so you don't have to spray paint it. And I'll be sure to put the measurements and again the link for this specific tray. And again, you can find all of the items that I showed you that's going on the tray at Dollar Tree, and everything is of course $1. And a tray like this could sell for $45 to $50. So you'll be paying about $4 on the items, and less than that, well, a little more than that on all of the supplies that you'll need. My Podge was probably about $5 or $6. The resin about 20. It's about $20 to $30, but of course you can use a coupon at Michael's. Get you a brush, some gloves, and a cup or 2. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cover this in glitter, and I'll add more Mod Podge to the ends that I haven't added the Mod Podge in just a few. So I'm going to go ahead and add that glitter before this dries too much. So I add like so, and this is going into a piece of paper I have laying under it so I can dump it back into the glitter container. And this is chunky glitter. I think someone asked in my rolling tray video that I use fine glitter or chunky. Okay, you can't use chunky glitter because again we are going to seal it with the resin. Oh, that's so pretty. So far that looks good. So I'm going to add my Podge to the parts that I haven't already, like so. And again, I got this glitter from Michael's, and I'll put the link for that. I know it's been a long time since I've made a video, y'all, but I had my baby in September. He is now 8 weeks, baby boy. So that was the hold up from the videos. I was not in the mood for any videos. I've just started gaining enough energy to move around. Alright, so, and it looks like I only have to do one layer of glitter because the tray is completely covered. I don't see any purple through that. So, again, I'm just dumping my glitter onto this piece of paper that I have laying under it. And I think I got enough glitter left in here. I can't remember how much I paid for this, so you'll be able to see the cost of the glitter when I leave the link in the description box. So again, I take my brush and I run it along the edges like this because I have touched those ends when I was moving the tray around. So I'm taking my brush like this along the edges, and then I just scoop it like this to get those edges, if you know what I mean, like we do our hair. Alright, so I'm just doing the other end, and I'm going to get them edges like that. So this is the almost finished product of my glitter tray, and in the next video, in the next clip, I'll show you, I'll be making the design I'm going to put on here on my silhouette design. I don't know what I'm making yet, but we'll see in the next clip. And then on these items, I think I'm just going to put glitter on the bottom just so it'll look good on the tray. But first I will dump this back into the container so I can reuse it. And whatever I dropped on the countertop or on this covered piece of paper, I'm going to add that back into the container as well, because every glitter life matters. Period. Alright, so as you can see, just putting it on here. I could have just taped it off so it'll be even, but I can kind of freehand it and line it up. Oh, sorry, probably can't see that. So I'm just taking the Mod Podge around the bottom, or you can make it stripy, but I want to do it like this. This is my way. You can do it any way you like. Now, if I decide to sell these, it will be much more neater. I'm sure I would tape it. So this is what I got so far, and it looks good to me. Just gonna take my glitter, do it the same way I did the tray. Sorry if you have anxiety of how I'm put my glitter on here, but like I said, this is my way. You can do it however you like, or you can do it how I'm doing it. So that's how it looks. That is gonna look really good on my brand new tray that I made for $1 almost, not including the glitter, for my little tray. So I'm just taking my brush around this second jar. I may use this for cotton balls and Q-tips, and then that other jar I just did, I may use that for makeup brushes. Even though I don't really wear makeup, I still have my brushes on deck, kinda, sorta. So that's how I'm doing that. And this would be a great, inexpensive Christmas gift. you can leave it with just glitter, or if you had a cutting machine such as a Silhouette or Cricut or something like that, you can add their name to the tray or the items, however you want to do it. I may do it with my name, but I have enough stuff around the house that has my name on it, because I'm always making something. So that's kind of even. I could have taped it up, but of course I'm too lazy to do so. But it's still gonna look good, especially when you see the finished product, which will be probably in about 24 hours when this dries. You'll be able to see. But make sure y'all stay tuned in this video, because I'm going to announce a giveaway. And of course it will be good, because this will be my first giveaway ever. Then I'm going to do the organizer. It has plastic on it. Sorry if it seems like I'm rambling, y'all. Like I said, I haven't made a video in forever, so please bear with me. I think I'm just gonna put glitter in this big part here so that it'll match somehow the tray, or you can just leave it plain, but I'm gonna add the glitter to this part. So I'll add my Podge in this little spot right here. And like I said, this is a great Christmas gift, y'all. This is not sold in stores. It'll be made with love, so you'll be real dope for that. And everybody will be like, girl, she always gives good Christmas gifts. But next year it may be something different. Alright, so I'm going to clean up this glitter that's along the inside. So that's how that looks so far. Oh, that'll look good. All these pieces on the tray. Oh, and the mirror. With the mirror, I'm going to put the glitter. It's like a little bottom tray right here. And I'll put the link for that. I want to say it was probably a month or two ago when I got this mirror. So I'm really not sure if Walmart still carries it. But I will try to find that link and add it as well. Because you always need a mirror with your vanity tray. They do have some mirrors at Dollar Tree if you want to get some there. I may be able to find a good link for it, well, a link for a good mirror at Dollar Tree, but I just didn't buy one because I had already gotten this one from Walmart. Yeah, girl. Or guys, whoever has a passion for making things and being creative. Okay, so I'm adding the glitter to the mirror. Sorry if this video is so long, y'all. I told you this is my first video that I've made in forever, so just bear with me. You may not want to skip in this video at all, because I am announcing a giveaway in just a second. So that's my mirror after I add the glitter here, and I am going to put my Podge to all of these items. I do have a cup spinner. Then I may put I am going to put the glasses on the cup spinner so I can epoxy those, or you can just use triple thick, or you know, a sealant like that. And I'll put a link for the triple thick, because a lot of people do not like using epoxy or resin, because it can be hard to use if you don't have the right temperature in the home, or it's a little strong. If you don't mix it right, then you ruin the whole little project. So I'll put a link for the triple thick as well, which you don't have to mix. You just add it to your item. So what I'm going to do is let these items dry, then I'll come back and apply my resin and show you how to mix it. When you unbox your resin, this is how it'll look. Again, I'm using the Amazing Clear Cast, and you'll have part A and part B in the box, along with the mixing cups and the wooden sticks to mix the product. But I'm not using these cups for this because I do need a larger amount of resin. So I got these plastic cups from Dollar Tree as well. So first we're going to take part A and pour into the cup. So part A is the thicker resin. So you want to make sure you pour it and mix evenly. So the same amount of part A, I have to use the same amount of part B. So that's part A, and then part B, I have to make sure I use the same amount. If not, then the products will come out sticky and not cured. So I'm pouring, and then part B is kind of, it's more liquidy than the part A. So this one is thick and this one is a thinner consistency. So we want to make sure that is even, and I do get these cups with the lines on it so I can see. So that does look like the even amount. So I just take part B and pour it to part A. I do that because the part A is thicker, so it'll take longer for me to pour it into part B. So it is pouring in, and I'm just going to take my stick to speed up the process. Try to get as much as possible into this cup so it can be even. And to cure it, you want to make sure it's not in a cold room or a cold temperature. I know some people do this outside. You can wear a mask because it is strong, which I do not have one on, so I'm about to put one on in just a second. I'm not really inhaling it. So pouring that, and try not to get it on your hands, which I'm going to use my gloves to spread it on the tray, because I'm not going to use a brush for that. It doesn't wash it out of a brush. Okay, so once I have that all in there, I'm going to take the stick and mix it all the way slowly. And if it gets bubbles in it, that is okay. You really won't see it on the glitter, the bubbles. But you can also use the heat gun to pop out the bubbles. So you have to make sure you mix this all the way. It looks kind of cloudy right now, but I'm just going to mix it up all the way. You have to make sure both parts are mixed evenly all the way through, because like I said, if not, then when I come in tomorrow, the tray will be sticky and I'll have to repeat the process of adding another layer of epoxy on it. And I don't want to have to go through that, because that is more material being used, and resin is expensive to me. So you have to make sure. So once I add the resin to my tray, that's when I'll add the design. You can't add the design. Well, what I'm using is 651 outdoor vinyl. So that's not going to stick to my tray on top of glitter. It doesn't stick to glitter. So I have to resin it first and then put the design. Then resin it again if I want to. You don't have to, because it's not like you're eating off the tray or using it as a rolling tray. But if you want it to last a very long time, I would say add another layer of epoxy once you add the design. Alright, so I believe this is all mixed together evenly. Even consistency. So once your Mod Podge and glitter is dry on your items, you can go ahead and start adding it. First, I'm going to add it to the makeup organizer where I added my glitter here. So I'm just going to put a little bit because it doesn't need a lot in this small little section. and that is going to spread on its own, really. So I just add a little drop of there. I'm going to add some to my mirror here, like so. And I may use this bottom tray to put earrings and rings and maybe eyelashes. And also, I decided on my glasses that I'm not going to put epoxy. I am going to use this right here. I got this from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to use this gloss sealant on the glasses because I don't have to epoxy those. And last but not least, I have my tray that I'm going to add the epoxy on. So I'm going to add it to my tray. I actually let it sit under a fan, so just to speed up the drying process. So I'm going to use all of the rest of this on the tray. I may need to add some more, but I'll determine that once I finish. And to add more, all I have to do is mix up more epoxy or resin. Mix up more resin and add it to the tray. So I'm just take every little drop because every drop counts, boo. For real, because like I said, this stuff is not cheap and it's getting on my hand. I forgot to put a glove on, but it is all right because I'm about to get this off my hands right now. So I added all of that, and when you use the resin, it doesn't take away from the glitter shine, so it'll still be glittery and cute and stuff. So I'm going to take my glove, which I forgot you can use a silicone brush to spread the epoxy instead of a paintbrush. But like I said, I use the glove to spread it with my hand. So I'm going to spread it, and then we're going to let these items sit overnight to cure. At least about 24 hours to cure. And then I'll add the design, and it's gonna be good to go to my bathroom to spice up my bathroom. Okay. Isn't that cute? I think someone asked me, one of my subscribers asked me to make a vanity tray. Everybody's not into rolling trays and all that, but like I said, this is a good gift, y'all. Birthday gift, Christmas gift, just because gift, or a gift to yourself. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm just rolling my epoxy around or resin around, and I'm taking my finger and I'm running it along the edges so that the whole thing can be sealed in, because I don't want glitter in my makeup or on my items that I place on my tray. So I'm just taking my finger and some resin to the sides. Then I have a space heater. I have a space heater in my store where I am right now. I am not in a closed-in space. I am actually in the front of my store, out in the open, fooling around with this resin. And I'm going to turn on my space heater and put my tray kind of in front of it just a little bit, so it could stay warm in here. If you're in a cold room or you leave it outside in the cold, your product will take longer to cure. So you have to make sure that you have it in a warm environment so that it can cure correctly. So like I said, if you come in the next day and your tray is still sticky, you did not mix your epoxy correctly or your room was entirely too cold. So, all right. So this is how it looks once you add your epoxy. We're gonna let that cure overnight and we'll be back tomorrow to add the design. But stay tuned just a second. I think I just uncovered some of the purple, so I'm gonna fix that. So we'll be making the design in this next clip. Alright, this is how my product looks after it is all dry. I was going to epoxy the jars, but I'm actually going to use some gloss. I'm going to use this to seal it instead of using the epoxy. So I'm just going to take a brush. I'm actually going to put some in this little palette that I got from Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to take it and just dab it on. And this will be much more easier to deal with than the epoxy. So we're just going to dab it on like that. And we're going to let it dry. I'm actually going to sit it in front of the fan to speed up the process. Like so. Then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. All the way around. And I'm going to sit those in front of the fan to speed up that drying process. And I know I said that I was going to use the silhouette to print on it. I was going to put my name on this, but I know a lot of you do not have a machine. So this is what I got from Hobby Lobby. These little stickers. Wait, this way, yep. And they were $2.99 plus they were 50% off. And then I got these letters that were $3.99 with a 50% off sale. And so I'm going to use these letters to put on properly the jars, and then these are going to go on the tray. So if you do not have a machine, then you are in luck. And you won't have to worry about it. And since I'm not putting my name on this item, this will be the giveaway item. If I can figure out how to peel it off. Alright, I had to take my little X-Acto knife to pull off the word. So I'm going to put Dream here. So again, this is part of the giveaway, and I will give you the instructions on how you can win this in just a moment. As soon as I finish sticking it on. This is a little tricky, but I got it. Alright, so I'm going to put Dream there, and then this one is Love. Trying to be careful not to rip it. So again, the tray was $1. All items were $1 except for the mirror that I got from Walmart. It was, I believe, $6.99. And I will definitely put the link below if you want to make this on your own. Alright. So that's all I'm going to put on the tray. Then I'm trying to decide what I want to put on the two jars. Now we are all done. So this is my tray, the vanity tray. Here's one of the jars, the makeup holder, organizer, and the mirror. Sorry, and here's the other jar. So, if you would like this item, again, this is the giveaway item, a vanity tray. So what you'll do is thumbs up this video and do not forget to subscribe. So you have to subscribe and thumbs up this video, as well as follow us on Instagram and like us on Facebook. So again, you have to thumbs up the video, subscribe, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram. Once you do that, come back to this video and comment and say done, and I'll make sure that you follow all the steps to be entered into the giveaway, and this item will be shipped right to you. So just comment done to enter once you have followed every step, and I'll email you if you've won this tray for the giveaway.